Hello, and welcome back to the program. Today we're continuing Foolish Mortals. I meant to continue this playthrough sooner than now, but I've been a little out of it, but I'm finally getting back into it. To make up for that, I'm going to be playing part 2 and 3 today and posting those 2 episodes 2 days in a row. But anyway, I'm excited to get back into Foolish Mortals, so let's get started. Part 2, The Love Antidote.
As I opened my eyes, I realized I had no idea where I was. Hello? Hello? This wasn't good. I checked my hands and still seemed to be flesh and blood. What's happening? Where am I?
Welcome back to Bellemore Manor, Murphy McCallan. We didn't expect to see you again so soon.
What's going on? Am I dead?
Don't be so overdramatic, Murphy. You're still very much alive. But you're the only person in the house that is. I'm afraid your actions have caused a good bit of trouble for us inhabitants of the house.
What's happened?
Let's see if you can figure it out. We're about to play a song, and Murphy McCallan, this one is for you. All right, all you Bellemore Manor ghosts and ghouls, let's take it to a place where voodoo rules.
Are we going to do a whole song here now?
Of spirits, but we know of one with evil intentions, and now no preventions to all that evil scheme. You're now implicated in this complicated supernatural dream. You cast the spell, now the deed is done. Evil's free, the plan has just begun. Without your detection, we'll have no protection from the Machiavellian game. You set them loose, so you have to deduce who is ill and who is to blame. And self-attested, we'll ask you questions 3. Draw on clues to solve the mystery. You'll offer the paw, the devil of God. Questions surrounded in doubt. The officer bride, the sailor all died. Murphy, can you figure it out? Can you figure it out? The broken heart stolen by another. Tell us now who is the lover.
I think the sailor was the lover.
Someone in love, and their love is true. Is it return? What is there to do? They're caught in the middle of baffling riddles. Is love what can carry them through? A sunset life, no chance for dawn. Tell us now who is the one.
I think the bride was the pawn.
A bride in love, but in some evil curse, immersed in voodoo and things perverse. She cannot protest, and her mind's not possessed by things that only get worse. Wicked spirits in evil revel. Tell us now who is the devil.
I think the officer was the devil.
control. Black magic powers got things he stole. But maybe it's set back, but he's gonna get back, and we'll worry that goes. Now let's go. Murphy, you listened and now you've done it. You took a gamble and you have won it. A bride in a spell and a sailor's farewell, and an officer pulling the strings. A hostage filled with voodoo, and yes, we know like you do. To fix it, we'll take some strange things. To test it, we asked you questions 3. You drew clues, ends of the mystery. The officer, bride, and the sailor all died. Questions surrounded in doubt. The lover, the pawn, the devil are gone. Murphy, you figured it out. And dance you must. The fool is false. Find treasures trapped in hidden vaults. You may think you are done, but it's all just begun. It's time for the ghostly debut. So say trick or treat, 'cause there's a goal to defeat. And Murphy, we hope that you do. Or guess what? You have to lie to.
No, no. I don't want to die.
Have to die too.
Well, that
I was
was
back in Bellemore Manor. Although it
spooky
was
and
better than being
jazzy.
dead, I didn't know what was awaiting me.
Okay, so we got transported back to the manor. Does it say what our goals are? We got our Gree manuscript magazine with the cover torn off because we used it in the spell. Captain's license. Did you hear that creaking? I don't like that. Here it is. Goals, explore the manor. Okay. Simple enough. All right, can we go in here? Because I don't think we could before.
Who wanders to this ghostly trick? The prey that prays it will be quick. Do not blame that final try, for once he's in, he's sure to die.
Sounds
Another
like
ghost.
Moaning Mortal.
Oh, this can't be good.
Moaning Myrtle.
Welcome back to Bellemore Manor, Mr. McCallan. My name is Cordelia Lockett. I do hope I haven't scared you.
To be honest, I've had my fill of ghosts for today. Perhaps I should be running along.
I'm afraid you'll need to come with me. There is someone
No,
you
I don't
need to
wanna.
meet.
Who?
Miss Bellemore.
You know, I don't think that would be such a great idea. We met twice already this evening, and I don't think she's taken much of a liking to me. What with throwing me off a balcony and pulling me into a spirit pool. Attempt to kill me once? Shame on you. Attempt to kill me twice? Shame on me, you know?
Yeah.
I'll just go. It'll be like I was never...
I'll just go.
It's too late for that, Mr. McCallan.
I
I really must insist.
What have I gotten myself into?
Miss Bellemore.
Well, you quit your
Mr.
job, so
McCallan is
you're
here
kind of
to
all
see
in.
you.
I don't see anyone.
An apparition appears.
I'm terribly sorry, Miss Bellemore. I wasn't trying to steal from you. I didn't know anybody was still here. And then I've gotten deeper into things than I expected, and... Miss Bellemore? Why isn't she saying anything? Why is she crying?
This is all terribly exciting, isn't it? I'm afraid there's much more to this than you realize, Mr. McCallan.
Can she even hear me?
I don't think so, but keep trying to talk to her anyway.
What happened to her?
I can tell you all that I know, if you're brave enough to hear it.
I hope I am.
I was there on that night, all those years ago. And it wasn't Miss Bellemore who was to blame. The morning of the wedding, Mr. Rackham left a gift on Miss Bellemore's dresser. A small leather pouch with strange beads
Gree-gree?
and strange markings. I shouldn't have been looking, but I saw her open it. It was black magic. Everyone had heard the rumours about Mr. Rackham, but I saw it with my own eyes. Miss Bellemore panicked. She threw the pouch into her music box, slammed down the lid to lock it, and threw the brooch into the fireplace.
I kind of
But
like
it was
this
too
artwork.
late. She was losing herself. I could see it in her eyes. Minutes later, she asked me to bring her fiancé to her room. It's bad luck to see the groom before the ceremony.
So
She told him she didn't love him.
she
but
was
I
like
don't think
possessed
it
or
was
something,
her
or being
speaking.
controlled.
He begged, he pleaded.
God, I love
his
this
heart
artwork.
broke in two.
Poor guy.
He was devastated. I saw him head up the staircase to the balcony overlooking the garden. But oh dear, I didn't know what he was going to do.
Oh, he's the body in the yard.
That evening, her wedding to that evil Mr. Rackham began, but it didn't go the way he had planned. Just before Miss Bellemore's lips formed the words, "I do," I could see the forces battling inside her. The real love within her resisting the forged compulsion of Mr. Rackham's curse, staring into eyes that were not those of her true love. And that battle of good and evil exploded. Just like that, everyone in the house was gone, trapping us as ghosts to remain here forever.
Bummer.
For more than 30 years she's been like this, her mind trapped in an eternal battle between the true love in her heart and the evil magic trying to control her. More than 30 years of never-ending heartbreak. And while Miss Bellemore is trapped in torment, do you realise what you've done? You've
What?
summoned all the ghosts in the house, including Mr. Rackham.
Is that bad?
Manipulator, that occultist, that devil, the cause of Miss Bellemore's suffering. He's once again free to pursue his evil deeds because you released him.
Why is Rackham doing all this? What does he want?
He's after the same thing you are, the Bellemore treasure.
But he's
he
dead.
is willing to do a lot more to get it. And he doesn't
maybe
care
he's not
who gets
dead.
hurt in the process. I'd say he's a lot more committed than you are.
If Abigail is under a spell, how is she able to attempt to kill me twice?
Well, it's never happened before. Maybe she's losing the fight against Mr. Rackham's curse, and the evil inside her is growing more powerful. Oh dear, it's almost too terrible to think about, isn't it?
I have to do something. How can we stop him?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know, but Miss Bellemore might. She managed to break out of the spell once, just at the moment of the explosion when Mr. Rackham tried to carry out the wedding. Perhaps if you take her back to that moment, she might be able to break out of it again. To do that, you'll need to create a love antidote to Mr. Rackham's curse.
How can I create a love antidote?
Look in the mirror.
What do I look like?
In this reflection,
A love
she's as
antidote
happy as
maker?
she was on the morning of her wedding. And look, there in front of her, 4 wedding mementos and the echoed music of the wedding march, each one a touchstone of that final happy time. If
I
you
see
could
3.
gather those 5 things, perhaps we might bring her back to the moment she escaped the spell, even if just for a moment.
What's the 5th thing?
There's
the necklace?
something else you should know. Mrs. Craddock, the housekeeper, has announced that all wedding preparations are to resume upon the orders of Mr. Rackham. He plans to repeat the wedding tonight. You don't have long.
But what if I break her out of the spell and she is evil now?
I think you'll just have to take that risk.
Maybe I should go. Try to find someone who knows more about this.
Oh, don't you know? You're just as trapped within this house as any of us ghosts.
Ugh.
Try the windows, try the doors. We all have 1,000 times. But it's no use. If you want to escape, she's your only hope.
That can't be true. I haven't died. I can't be trapped here forever like you.
In moonlight's glow, a spectral cell, and whispers of an eerie spell. No one hears his silent shout, for once he's in, he can't get out.
Nice poem.
No amount of force or technique or desperate longing would open the door. Cordelia was right. I was trapped. As I looked around at the house that held me, I felt both dead and alive at the same time. Both awake and in a dream, or a nightmare.
What's happening now?
The only way I could possibly free myself was to gather the 5 items to awaken the Ghost Bride, perhaps giving her a third and final opportunity to kill me.
Okay, well,
Without a flue, the fireplace seemed entirely decorative, and yet, standing in front of it, I could feel a breeze.
Yeah, there's like no chimney. It's like, what?
Without a flue, the fireplace seemed...
Okay, are we not able to investigate further? Oh, great. Another musical number?
The pianist wouldn't have been happy with me rifling through his belongings.
He's dead, though.
Without knowing what it was, I didn't want to break it. I wondered if the pianist knew more about it. Good evening. My name is Murphy McCallan.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Ezra Hughes is the name. Pianist for hire is the game. Got any events coming up that you can use a pianist at? I do weddings, christenings, bar mitzvahs, funerals.
You're still hustling for work? Isn't being a ghost an impediment?
Hey, when you're self-employed, you've got to keep that next paycheck coming in.
But you're trapped in the house.
Well, I admit I'm not normally based here, but Bellemore Manor makes a lovely venue.
How's the gig?
It's the gig of a lifetime. Quite literally. I just didn't realize how short that lifetime would be. Still, I should be making out like a bandit at the end of it.
Why's that?
My contract says I charge overtime at time and a half. So far, we're 30-something years past my original end time.
Well, that's
Is
going to
there
be
much to spend your
all
money
of the
on when you're
fortune.
dead?
They say you can't take it with you, but I don't seem to be going anywhere at the moment, so why not find out?
You don't seem to have much of an audience.
Most have gone through to the ballroom for the waltz. Still, at least it means I don't have the Southern Belle from hell hovering over me.
Who's that?
You'll know when you see her.
Are you local to Devil's Rock?
No, New Orleans born and bred. Hard to grow up in the Big Easy and not fall in love with this music. Street performers in the French Quarter, brass bands on the balconies, parades at Mardi Gras. It's in the air down there.
So what brought you here?
Work. Figured I'd play a few gigs, make some cash. Next thing I know, I'm caught up in more drama than a Gilbert and Sullivan operetta.
Where did you find musical work here on Devil's Rock?
I got a full season contract down at the Calliope Theater. It was pure luck, really. The original pianist broke his arm.
How?
Before the renovation, that place was falling apart. 14 people in the audience watched as the stage gave out right in the middle of Claire de Lune. Pianist and piano falling straight to the floor into the basement.
Ouch.
Physically, he was fine. Emotionally, devastated for months.
Sounds like he went through a bad stage.
Oh, man.
Yardley Bellemore was a performer too, wasn't he?
And more. Writer, director, producer, philanthropist. He's the one that bought the Calliope, fixed her up, and hired me. Once he came on board, that place got put on real shows.
Real shows?
Yeah, before Yardley put up the funds, they were so broke they had to rely on sponsorships. The final year, Bon Tom Bakery funded everything. With conditions.
Conditions?
The shows had to be on brand. Before Yardley put a stop to it, we were looking at 3 Shakespeare plays that season. Romeo and Baguette, A Midsummer Night's Cream Cake, and Much Ado About Muffins.
Oh.
Do you know what happened to Yardley Bellemore?
I haven't a clue. But you know what? I think I was one of the final people to see him alive.
Oh, really?
He came down to the Calliope to offer me this gig for the wedding, and I overheard him talking to someone backstage after I had finished rehearsing.
What were they talking about?
Well, after Yardley scrapped the baked goods from Romeo and Juliet, he was after ideas to bring something new to the story. This fellow was telling him about a place he'd found, an actual crypt. Such a missed opportunity, really. Can you imagine?
A crypt, eh?
Romeo and Juliet's tragic finale, played out in the Capulet tomb, the star-crossed lovers' final doomed moments in a real-life, honest-to-God crypt. The last thing I heard was them setting a date to check it out. And then, well, after that, no one ever saw him again.
Do you know who the man he was talking to was?
Rackham, I think you call him. Don't know where his interest in the theater came from all of a sudden. I'd never seen him in any performances.
The actor's fate, learn Yardley's final steps, was the achievement there.
Do you know where I could get some wedding music?
I take request. It's part of my contract for the wedding. What are you after?
I need some wedding music to play to Abigail Bellemore, upstairs in her bedroom.
I might be able to move people with my music, Murphy, but there's no chance I can move this piano up to the 2nd floor.
What's the machine next to your piano?
That's my ticket out of hustling, a phonograph recorder. I'm going to compose and record a hit song, something that'll sweep the nation, like those guys on Tin Pan Alley. I can record and release a song all across the country, and people will be able to hear me live in their living room.
But you're not live, or living.
That'll be how I market myself. Anthems by apparitions, hymns by haunts. The magazines won't give you the time of day if you don't have some way of standing out. If I'm dead, it's better to be composing than decomposing.
How does the machine work?
You just put in a blank record and press record. There's an old one still in there if you want it. It's too worn for me to use anymore. The records have a thin layer of black wax on the outside, and the machine records the sound as grooves in the wax. Keep an ear out for me in a year's time.
I should get going.
See you around, Murphy.
These ghosts are pretty self-aware.
To use the recording machine, I needed a record with a fresh layer of wax.
Shall we go upstairs?
That is an insult to my honor. I didn't know you had any honor left to insult.
Boys, you don't want to be fighting over little old me.
Tallulah, this man is nothing but a scoundrel. Then you, brother,
They're
are a
like
no-good
twins.
fraud.
Cool. Looks like we got a lot of places we can explore. You gotta walk all the way down here to look at the bookshelves.
I wondered if the shelves held any books on battling ghostly curses, but that seemed a little too niche. Now wasn't the time to rearrange the furniture.
Oh. All right. Oh, this is, I'll bet this is the debutante that he was talking about.
Good evening, miss.
Oh,
Maybe
another
not.
fine young gentleman.
My name's Murphy McCallan. Pleased to meet you all.
Back off, Peanut. Yeah, keep walking. We were talking to the lady first.
Now, boys, we must be welcoming to our new friend. My name is Tallulah LaRue. I expect you've heard of me. My daddy owns the LaRue Oil Exchange. We're the richest family this side of the Mississippi.
But don't be getting any ideas. Tallulah, don't you think this gentleman is a little beneath you? He looks so poor, he probably waves a popsicle around and calls it
I'm
air
a poor.
conditioning.
Let's not be rude to him just because he's less fortunate. You boys be welcoming and introduce yourselves.
If we must. I am Humphrey Tallulah. And I
Tallulah?
am Orville Tallulah of the Tallulah Textiles Company.
I think you made the pants I'm wearing. What's that in your hand, Miss LaRue?
This is my invitation to the wedding. It allows me to bring one guest with me, but I seem to have made a teensy tiny mistake. I've invited both boys all the way out here to Devil's Rock when I can only take one of them into the wedding. Now both of these fine fellows are here and want to attend with me, and I just don't know who I should pick.
You mean you two don't have an invitation?
We may not know the Bellemores, but we do know this southern magnolia before us. We were brought to Devil's Rock by passion.
I was brought to Devil's Rock by taxi.
Uh-uh.
Were you friends with Abigail Bellemore?
Friends may be a bit of an exaggeration, but I'd seen her around at the debutante balls before she got engaged to that sailor. I mean, really, what was she thinking?
You don't think they should have gotten engaged?
What's the point? Mr. Rackham was an improvement. I do love the powerful.
I'll bet you do, gold digger.
Are those pistols they're holding?
Orville and I are ranked top of the leaderboard at the Tallahassee Gun Club. Perhaps take that as a warning to back off.
If you're not using the invitation, perhaps I could take it off your hands?
I don't think so, knucklehead. Miss LaRue is going to need that invitation for when I accompany her. Over my dead body? Have you seen yourself? You're already dead.
These two gentlemen seem pretty heated.
I just hope it doesn't come to blows. I'd be happy to marry either of these gentlemen one day, if only I could choose between them.
If you did end up marrying one of them, would that make your name Tallulah Tallulah?
That's right, and my middle name is Beulah. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
I'm not going to attempt it.
How are you going to decide who to take to the waltz, Miss LaRue?
I just don't know if I could decide. I think I'll have to leave it to the boys to decide for me.
Choose me, Tallulah. I'm the one who inherited our family's good looks, I assure you. Good looks? Your reflection hides when you walk past a mirror.
But you look exactly the same.
Southern elegance she desires. Elegance? You have all the elegance of a drunken pelican. I believe the lady would be better suited for a man of my sophistication. Sophistication? You have all the sophistication of a rodeo clown. It's my bravery that she needs. Bravery? You'd run away from a June bug. If you think yourself so brave, then we must put it to the test. Brother, I challenge you to a duel. Not if I challenge you first.
Gee, I wouldn't want a duel to take place because of little old me.
I get the feeling
But
you
if
actually
that's
would.
how things have to be, let's get the guns on the table, boys.
Damn.
McCallan, you shall be the adjudicator.
I shall?
I'm glad you've agreed.
What exactly does that entail?
In order for the duel to be fair, an independent third party must load the pistols and declare the victor.
But I've never loaded a pistol before.
Don't worry, McCallan. A donkey with a lobotomy could do it. You have at least half a chance.
So I'm either a donkey or I have a lobotomy. All right, so instructions. Loading a pistol, powder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire. All right, so I got the powder.
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols.
And the shot.
I then dropped the shot into each muzzle.
And the ramrod.
Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod.
No pussyfooting around here, boys. I want to see some action. If you miss,
Was I
you're
supposed to not
the
do it
man
that
for
way or
me.
something? Was I supposed to do it wrong?
Fire!
Can you do it wrong?
Well,
Well, they're dead, so...
I've been hit. Me too.
In any other situation, this would have been a tragedy, but it quickly became clear that a duel to the death wouldn't be conclusive when the duelists were both already dead.
Smart thinking.
neither of you missed? Well, sorry, boys, but I think that's a draw. What a terrible waste of everybody's time.
Oh, maybe I can break the tie. Wait, it doesn't let me do one and not the other. Shoot. Can I take that?
Miss LaRue, would you mind if I borrowed your parasol?
Don't be silly, Murphy. It's a beautiful evening outside. You have no use for it, but I'm sure I can be of help to you if the weather turns sour.
Okay.
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Why, hello.
No,
best
maybe
be
I have to
running
do
along.
something
Ta-ta
first.
for now.
Anything else I can look at in here? Bookshelves, already did that. Carving.
It was a seductive carving of a lamia. Half woman, half snake,
Lamia.
holding a shield.
Don't mess with no lamias, man. I saw drag me to hell. Okay, we can go down. Let's go down first. Oh, it's flooded.
Walking into the cellar, I was hit by the pungent smell of rotting wood and mildew. 3 decades without upkeep hadn't been kind to this section of the house, and it was now knee-deep in floodwater. The wine racks were largely bare. What few bottles remained were cracked and empty. I flipped the switch, but nothing happened. It seemed the barrel lift lacked power.
Barrel lift. Oh, we've got fuses. Lightning rods, ground. So we need maybe some rain. Doesn't look like this is anything we'll be able to mess with for a bit here.
Knowing the type of animals that lived in the murky water on this island, there was no way I was stepping into the floodwater.
I'll be adventurous. All right. Now what's in here?
Did I hear gunshots through there? It's like being back at Alameda during the war.
What happened there? A battle?
No, my second wedding. The father of the bride didn't appreciate me canoodling with the maid of honor and got all the locals to run me out of town. Talk about a shotgun wedding. You, boy, are you one of the staff? Is the wedding ready to begin?
Ready to begin? Goodness gracious, but I haven't found my Bible.
Sorry, I'm just a guest too. I don't think the wedding's happening until later tonight. Or not at all, if everything went to plan.
Just enough time for another drink, then.
I picked up the
Oh.
vase. From the delicate porcelain and hand-painted ornamentation, it looked like it must have been worth a fortune. Ming Dynasty, perhaps?
Fosket, why is that young man picking up that chamber pot?
I have absolutely no idea.
Or perhaps not.
I forget if I can
It
look
was
at
an old
stuff.
chamber pot, hopefully thoroughly cleaned.
It'd be cool if we could do close-ups of the inventory.
After my escapades with the fish and its hidden horseshoe, I had had quite enough of taxidermied animals.
What's this?
I'd previously seen small pots hung in fireplaces like this contained water in order to humidify the room, especially when tobacco was being smoked. In this case, however, the pot was empty.
Okay, can't look at that.
The empty glass was best left where it was. Good evening.
Good evening, my boy. I'm afraid you'll have to speak up. Old army injury, you see. Care to join me for a drink?
Colonel Bloom, how many times must I warn you about your predilection for hard drinking?
It's not hard drinking. It's very easy. What do you say, my boy? You care for a nip?
I probably shouldn't. I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
Well, don't go saving it for the toast. You'll be waiting decades.
See? This is what I was talking about. This is the kind of ungracious, ungentlemanly behavior that will spell your doom, Colonel.
Stop trying to threaten me with eternal damnation, Foskett. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. I'm pretty sure I'm dead at this moment, and I don't see any evidence of women playing harps. Just you harping on at me.
Did you see much action in the army?
I killed 4 men.
From food poisoning, Colonel Bloom's title is an honorary one for services to catering.
The Cattle King is what they called me. I owned farms from New Orleans to Tallahassee. Beef, leather, dairy. It was a roaring trade.
Or at least a mooing one.
Those cows, they were my army. I tell you, everything a man needs can be provided by a good troop of cows.
Herd
Cow
of cows.
army.
Of course I've heard of cows. I was just talking about them.
The jokes, man.
What are you drinking, Colonel?
Good hearty rum. It'll put fire on your chest and hair in your belly. Wait.
And perhaps it is time to consider whether you have drunk too much of it, Colonel. Or perhaps give it up altogether.
I could easily give up alcohol. I've already done it hundreds of times.
I think you'll find the time between one glass and the next does not count as teetotalism. Perhaps we should be grateful to the Lord that your glass remains empty.
Are you looking forward to the wedding?
I'm looking forward to it being over. In my opinion, being stood up at the altar for 33 years is a pretty bad sign. Not what strong relationships are made of.
And you should know, Colonel. You've only had hundreds of them.
Do you think the bride and groom should be together?
That Rackham's a slimy character, and no mistake. Oh, by God, he's a good businessman. Trickier than a magician's rabbit that's gotten stuck on a particularly difficult crossword puzzle. But all that don't amount to a hill of beans if you're not enjoying life. I don't know whether to hate the guy or envy him.
Both are sins, I think you'll find, Colonel.
And not even the best ones. Do you know what's wrong with society nowadays, Murphy? Drink, guns, and women. There's just not enough time for them all.
Have you ever married, Colonel?
Oh, yes. I've been married for 47 years.
Yes, but to 9 different women.
It still counts.
His shortest marriage was 2 days, and that's only because they couldn't find him to serve the annulment papers.
I ended up in a bordello in East Nevada with half the members of the Albuquerque Militia Marching Band. Best honeymoon I've been on. Some lovely girls.
Lord forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
That's not what the girls were telling me.
That's a little saucy. Do excuse me.
Do excuse me. I'll be back.
At your leisure, my boy. I have nowhere to go and nothing to do.
Idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Try idling your mouth for a change, you old curmudgeon.
Can I talk to him separately?
Good evening.
Hello, my child.
Oh, don't get him going again.
And what is your name?
Murphy McCallan.
Hello, Murphy. I am Father Foskett, spiritual shepherd of St. Juniper's Parish. Have you seen the good book?
I'm not the most religious person, but I have read parts.
No, I mean that rather more literally. I've lost my Bible and have no idea where I put it. Have you seen it?
I haven't, I'm afraid.
Pity.
Are you here for the wedding?
I am officiating the wedding.
That seems
With everything
obvious.
that's gone on in the house, we must thank God we have someone like me to keep us on a righteous path.
I've been told that Abigail Bellemore doesn't really want to marry Rackham. You need to call the wedding off.
We shall stick to the system, young Mr. McCallan. Objections should be heard during the ceremony, not before, when all parties may articulate
That seems
their
kind of
feelings
ass
on the
backwards.
matter. These things are greater than you and I, you know. Until then, We must treat the wedding as the joyous occasion it is.
So far in this part of the game, lots of talking to people.
What do you think of Abigail Bellemore?
A little headstrong, in my opinion, but a lovely young lady. I baptized her, you know. She grabbed my nose as I held her over the font, right up the left nostril. Wouldn't let go until her brothers distracted her with a teddy bear. Still, she's a very caring girl.
Just not two ecclesiastical noses. Have you two gentlemen known each other long?
Gentleman's a stretch.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Foskett.
But yes, we've known each other since we were teenagers. We used to be roommates in college. But while I focused on my studies, the Colonel here focused on extracurriculars. I made it my duty to keep him on the straight and narrow path.
And thankfully you haven't done a very good job of it.
Is St. Juniper's your church?
That's right, young man. A beacon of godliness on an otherwise spiritually desolate isle.
Now you've got
I
rum
hate to be
runners
the
taking
bearer
it
of bad
over.
news, but I think St. Juniper has been taken over by rum runners.
Criminals? In my church? Good God! They must be removed immediately.
Let's not be too hasty. They sound like my type of gentleman. That's the type of church I can see myself attending.
I could do with less of your opinions, thank you. Many things can be preserved in alcohol, Colonel. Dignity is not one of them.
I'm not the most well-read on religion, but shouldn't you be in heaven now?
Gold standard question, my boy.
Well, I'll admit this isn't what I expected.
Perhaps the good book has some missing passages.
I think we can do without your theological input, Colonel.
Is there a way to fix it?
Well, that's precisely what I'm doing, young man, as we speak.
It looks like you're just sitting in an armchair.
You don't see the metaphorical cogs whirring around in my head, the tick and the tock of the thanatological matters in my mind. To the layman, I might appear to be just sitting in an armchair, but in reality, I am studying the Bible, or at least I would be, if I hadn't lost it.
You've lost it, all right.
Do you think it might be voodoo keeping you here?
Voodoo is nothing but mumbo-jumbo misdirection. I fear we may be in limbo. Some devilish force has interrupted the supernatural order of things.
I think Rackham might be practicing black magic.
That is an extraordinary accusation. I refuse to hear another word of it. He is a God-fearing man who always attends the sailors' services, and he has donated generously to the church and my vacation fund. The culprit here is that awful sailor Abigail was going to marry. It is precisely because Miss Bellemore's marriage to Mr. John Rackham was interrupted that we are still here. And why we must continue the wedding as planned tonight. It shall be our way out.
I best be heading off.
God
Yes.
be with you.
All right, so we can go through this archway. Okay.
I couldn't reach the skeleton from inside the house.
What?
Stepping through the doorway, I found myself in an ethereal black void that stretched in every direction. Draped in green fog, all I could see were staircases floating in all directions.
Oh, man.
And in the center, an eternally ticking clock.
I don't like this.
Is that little whippersnapper playing on the staircases again?
No,
Whippersnapper.
it's not him this time. But how that wayward whelp's mother allows him to run riot through that cursed room baffles me. When it comes to Sebastian Pock, I think King Herod might have had a point.
Ask them about the room.
Good evening, Father.
Hello again,
Where does that staircase room go?
That room is a place of sin.
What happened in there?
When Miss Bellemore spurned her original fiancé, that is the route he took to the garden balcony where he hanged himself.
I see.
Terrible.
A terrible sin. Bellemore Manor has evil magic coursing through it. I lay at least partial blame on that deplorable
There's got to be a way I
That room
can
is filled with nothing but impassable
go through
evil.
there to
It
get
is as though
to the
house
body
itself
and get something.
refuses passage to the bewitched balcony.
Do you know how I can get through the staircase room?
Certainly not. If you had any sense, you would stay out of there. The only person I've seen messing about in there is the page boy. I know that the Lord sends things to challenge us, but even the devil himself would take up early retirement if made to babysit that little monster. Goodness knows where he's gone now, though. I suppose we should all thank God for the respite.
I best be...
God be with...
So we probably need to talk to the page boy. Okay, that's that door. Can I go upstairs? Locked. Oh, it's not locked?
Boo!
Is that the page boy?
Haha, the look on your face.
What are you doing? Oh, you could have scared me to death.
Imagine how cool that would be.
Cool.
I don't think I'd be very happy about that.
Baby. Who are you anyway?
My name's Murphy McCallan. I'm a guest. Who are you?
I'm Sebastian Pock.
The little boy puffed out his chest with a grin that would make the Cheshire Cat jealous. What were you doing in the trunk?
Playing hide and seek. That stuffy old vicar challenged me to a game and hasn't found me in more than 33 years.
Don't you know it's dangerous to shut yourself up in places like that? You could have gotten locked in.
Well, it's funny you say that, actually. I think the latch closed on me while I was inside. Still, what's the worst that could happen? I'm already dead.
What are you looking so pleased about?
I'll have a new toy to play with later tonight. A brand new Guggenhose Model 5 wind-up tin boat. I'm going to play with it in the bathtub down the hall.
That's funny. I know a little girl who accidentally got one of those for her birthday today.
Yeah, funny that.
The boy pulled an expression that made him look slicker
What?
than a politician in an oil spill. You've been in that chest for 33 years?
On and off. That's got to make me a hide-and-seek champion. This house is amazing for it. Before I climbed in the chest, I must have explored every room in the house. The ones that aren't locked, at least.
You haven't seen the Bellemore treasure while you've been exploring, have you?
There's a treasure here, like pirate treasure.
That's what the stories say.
And you believe them? I thought kids were supposed to be the gullible ones. I don't think it exists.
Why not?
Because if it did, I would have found it by now.
I heard some of the other ghosts talking about a boy playing in the staircase room. That was you, wasn't it?
Sure was. How did you know?
In truth, the description of wayward whelp was the giveaway. But as long as Sebastian knew something I didn't, I needed to contain my annoyance. Lucky guess. Do you know how to get through the staircase room?
Oh, sure. I know every route in this house. You've got to be as good at hide-and-seek as I am. I bet I could beat you without even leaving this room.
Sebastian, I really need to get through the staircase room. Could you tell me how to do it?
Well, are you any good at hide-and-seek?
Excuse me?
Because I could tell you how to get through the staircase room. If you can beat me,
Oh,
hider
man.
or seeker, I'd beat you at either.
Before I do that,
This is a long shot, but do you know Mallory Wisp?
Sure, I know Princess Stink.
She was getting a tin boat too.
I know. I swapped over the pages in the toy catalogue, so she ordered the wrong thing. She'll get fed up with it, and I'll get to play with it instead.
Well, that wasn't a nice thing to do.
Nice guys finish last. That's what my father says.
Except I take it? I traded her for the shrunken head, so joke's on you.
How are you and Mallory able to talk? You're a ghost and she
sees dead people.
Bag,
Right.
a blood pumper, an air guzzler, a bone puppet, a muscle wriggler.
Hey, I get the idea. How come you can talk to her?
Children aren't so close-minded, I guess. Plus, she's the only person brave enough to come up to the house.
Are you here for the wedding?
Do you think I dress like this for fun? I look ridiculous.
I thought you might be the mayor of Munchkinland.
My mum made me dress like this. What's your excuse?
Damn.
Do you know the man in the portrait behind you?
I don't want to look at it. Gives me the creeps.
It's John Rackham, isn't it?
Shh. Mum says we're not allowed to say his name.
What is he, Voldemort?
What do you know about Rackham?
I don't want to talk about it.
You know something, don't you?
I can't tell you. I'd get in trouble.
I won't say a word.
Cross your heart and hope to die?
That's ironic, given the circumstances, but sure.
We came to the house a few months before the wedding was supposed to happen. My dad's a lawyer for the Bellemore Trading Company. A real important one. But oh boy, is that stuff boring. I was sneaking around, you know, just exploring the house. And I saw him, that man. He was talking to one of the Mr. Bellemores. The one that wore the white coat.
Cecil Bellemore, the scientist?
Yeah, he said he was going to his laboratory, but where it was hidden was a secret. I thought I could follow him.
Did you have any luck?
Not really, because I wasn't the first. That man, he was following him too, in secret. I kind of got too scared to keep going once I saw him.
What scared you?
I saw something. I saw something the scary man was carrying.
What was he carrying?
A dagger.
Achievement. The scientist's fate. Learn Cecil's final steps. Okay, I don't want to hide.
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1
Well,
Mississippi.
he can just disappear.
2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
Right?
4
Maybe.
Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Gazing into the portrait's eyes sent a shudder through me, and I realized it must have been a portrait of Rackham. His eyes looked back, almost as if he were scowling right at me.
What if the kid just got back in the chest again?
Boo!
I only get one guess?
Too easy. I just wish this was more of a challenge.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You must be cheating.
How could I cheat?
I don't know, you're a ghost. Can't you dematerialize or something?
This isn't a bedtime story, you know. I may be a ghost, but I still touch things just like you.
Try this again.
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5
1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Are you behind the curtain?
Boo!
He's just
Better
going to do the
luck next
opposite
time.
of what I do.
Another win for me.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for...
You seek, I'll hide.
You're on. 1 Mississippi.
I was far too big to
2
fit behind the curtain.
Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
The door was
4
locked.
Mississippi. 5 Mississippi.
The door was locked.
Ready or not, here I come.
The door was locked.
Okay, so there's nowhere to
Found
hide.
you.
Goody for you.
You didn't even make it hard. Maybe I should hide next time.
Hey, Cordelia.
Oh, hello again, Mr. McCallan. Have you made the love antidote yet?
I'm working on it, even though I'm still not sure it's a good idea. Do you know why I can't leave Bellemore Manor?
We ghosts have been trapped here ever since the explosion, but I don't know why someone still living would be unable to leave.
I was able to get out the last time I was here, even if it was via the balcony and into the pond. I don't want to try that again.
Something must be keeping you here now. Better hope it's not Mr. Rackham.
Did you say there were rumors that John Rackham used black magic?
Oh yes, all of the staff talked about it, even if we daren't mention it to the family. Crates and boxes delivered in the night, hidden from prying eyes, but not hidden well enough. We see what happens in this house. We hear the whispers in the night. We know.
Do you think the Bellemore treasure is here in the house?
If it is, I've never seen it. But it is a big house. There are rooms I've never been in. Rooms I was forbidden to enter. Who knows what's in them?
The skeleton hanging from the tree outside. That's the sailor, isn't it?
What's left of him? I do hope it's a mess I don't have to tidy up.
Isn't the sailor's ghost trapped in the house too?
Oh no, he killed himself hours before the curse took hold. He will have long since passed over
he's
to the
dead.
spirit realm. Lucky escape, some might say.
It was lucky to be so distraught he committed suicide?
It's better than being trapped in this house for eternity.
How did Abigail and the sailor meet?
It was aboard one of the Bellemore ships. Miss Bellemore was never one to be caged up inside the house, always wanting to go away on her brother's voyages. But they were a good deal older than her, and very protective after they all lost their parents. So she made a plan to stow away.
Did she manage to do it?
No, she was caught mere hours before the ships left port from Dead Nettle, covered over in spare sail.
Who discovered her?
That young sailor. I don't think she was best pleased that he had to tell her brothers, and he did, but she didn't hold it against him. Instead, he told her of the voyages on each return to Dead Nettle, and as the months progressed, she took more and more of a liking to him. I suppose fate will always bring two soulmates together, even when they least expect it.
And that's how they fell in love.
The young sailor promised that one day they would explore the world together. But until that day arrived, he would carry her in his heart on every voyage he undertook. He carved a wooden compass, split it into two pieces, and they each carried one, promising
But the
that
necklace, I
despite
wonder?
their time apart, the necklace would be reunited once they were back together. How romantic.
How did the Bellemore's parents die?
A shipwreck off the southeastern coast. 28 perished, with just one survivor.
Who was the survivor?
Rackham.
Why, it was Mr. Rackham.
I knew it.
Do you know what happened to the Bellemore brothers?
That certainly is a mystery, isn't it? But I'm afraid I don't know. My duties were to help Miss Bellemore, while Mrs. Craddock dealt with the masters.
Although what?
I did see Master Xavier on the day he died.
What was Xavier doing on the day he died?
Preparing for an expedition. He'd been given a birthday present not long before, an old pirate map of Devil's Rock that he'd hung over the fireplace in his bedroom. And on the map, marked in red, an X marks the spot.
Pirate treasure? On Devil's Rock?
I doubt the treasure even came into it. A cove on Devil's Rock, where no one has stepped foot in over 100 years. That'd be like a moth to a flame for Master Xavier. He left before dawn, and then never came back.
Who gave him the present?
I expect you can guess.
So he wasn't here? The explorer's fate. Learn Xavier's final steps.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. It gets pretty boring after 30 years trapped here. You're much more exciting to watch.
I didn't need to move the cart. I considered picking up a sheet and draping it over me, but there were enough ghosts in the house already.
You can't have that. I might be needing it later.
I couldn't ring the bells from the hallway.
Oh, I see. I think I see.
I looked behind the curtains, but there was nothing there. Lighting the fire may have warmed the room, but it couldn't take away the chill I felt standing there. Excuse me, Miss Bellemore? It was no use. She was in such a deep trance I doubted if she knew I was standing only feet away from her.
I wonder if I... Flowers, veil, ring, cake, and music. And what is this? Fireplace? Oh, I see. Where does it... It just takes me back there. Okay. I don't know what I need the feather duster for yet anyway. Bride's bedroom. Oh, interesting.
Whoa!
Looks like
As I
can go
rounded
up
the corner
here.
of the balcony, I saw that the walkway had dropped away, the mortar crumbling after decades of neglect. The ground was a long way down.
Lightning rods.
I couldn't reach the lightning rod while down on the balcony. I couldn't reach the toolbox from the balcony.
How do I get up there then? I wonder. Looks like you could maybe go all the way up in here.
I couldn't see an easy way up to the cupola.
Coming! Miss Bellemore, did you ring for me?
I considered picking up a sheet and drape. With the maid distracted, I was free to take the feather duster.
Why? I don't know. Alright, let's go in here.
Hold it right there. The dance is about to begin. I shall deal with you afterwards.
Oh no. This is going to be a puzzle.
The skill, the movement, the passion. It certainly gets the blood pumping. Now then, do you have an invitation?
An invitation?
To the waltz. This celebration is only for wedding guests. We have all manner of help running around the house who certainly aren't invited to the festivities. Imagine the smell. If you want to come in, you'll need to retrieve it. Rules are rules, and it's my job to enforce them. I am Mrs. Elaine Craddock, housekeeper of Bellemore Manor. Who are you, anyway?
Murphy McCallan. I'm just a visitor.
Evidently.
Okay.
I didn't need to involve myself in supernatural small talk. I had a love antidote to make. The wedding cake was tempting, but I wasn't getting past the housekeeper without her approval.
Oh, I haven't been out here.
Oh my, how nice to see a visitor to my garden. Watch out for that vine down there. That bugger was trying to make a break for it earlier.
Oh, okay. Will do. I didn't have the slightest idea what the gardener was warning me about, but like a snake coiling around its prey, it soon became apparent. Help! Help!
What's all the fuss about?
This vine's got me, it won't let go!
Oh, she likes you, she does.
Well, the sentiment isn't mutual.
I've never seen the plant so attached to someone before.
That's exactly the problem. Its hold was getting tighter. I needed to get away before I was dragged into the flower beds. With it wrapped so thoroughly around my calf, I wasn't going to be able to pry it off with the poker.
There you go.
Well, you didn't need to do that. I wasn't planning on doing the pruning till tomorrow.
What was that?
Just a Devil's Rock creeper. Oh, they do seem to have gotten a lot more active since I was last tending the garden, though.
First, the animals on this island had tried to eat me. Now, I was finding out the plants wanted a nibble too. The macabre warning was definitely serving a purpose where it was. I decided to leave it there.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
You're still flesh and blood, aren't you?
That's right.
And to be ashamed of. But you'll end up see-through blue like me if one of those thorns nicks you. And don't try cutting them. Even so much as a snap, and it releases a toxin so deadly you'll be on the ground within 3 minutes. Certainly keeps things exciting, doesn't it?
What is it doing here?
I'd already been warned about touching the poisonous thorns. Examining the overgrowth felt more like being in a zoo than an arboretum. I didn't want to get any closer. I couldn't see anything I could do with the statue. The fountain had long run dry and the cracked, dusty basin was empty. I couldn't see anything alive in the plant pot, despite the gardener's best efforts. Good evening.
Pleasure. I'm Rupert Riddle.
Murphy McCallan, pleased to meet you.
Don't be telling the Horticultural Society I'll be having my golden trowel taken off
I
me.
messed that up.
You've won awards for your gardening?
Oh yes. This conservatory is rather famous. Welcome, Murphy, to the Poison Garden.
Poison?
Trying to get rid of the hotspots.
Why would the Bellemore brothers want a poison garden?
Academic interests, prestige, and morbid curiosity, I should think. Master Cecil liked to study them. Master Xavier used to collect them on his expeditions. And Master Yardley, well, he just liked the theatricality of it all.
Isn't it dangerous?
Well, it all depends on how you use it, doesn't it? A few berries of deadly nightshade could kill a person, or cure their headache. Hemlock killed Socrates, but I used it to treat my arthritis. These plants may be dangerous, but that's because they're powerful and mysterious.
From medicine to murder.
Exactly. The power to heal and the power to kill. That's what makes them so interesting.
Remind me never to get on the bad side of a florist. What's the secret to growing your garden?
Plants need the same things as you and me, they do. Food, water, sunlight, and someone to chitter-chatter with.
You talk to your plants?
And sing.
What kinds of songs do poisonous plants like?
Vaudeville, mainly. Tarara-boom-de-ay always goes down a tree. Tarara-boom-de-ay, I'm with plants all the day. To sing's the only way to grow my shrub display. Vegetation brings elation to me.
That was something else.
That's quite an accent you've got. Where are you from?
Jolly old England, just outside Bristol. God's own country. The green and pleasant land where my love of horticulture bloomed. I caught the gardening bug at an early age, you see. Histoplasmosis. I was in hospital for 8 months, all told. But trapped
Literal
in those
bug.
4 white, clean, antiseptic walls, staring at a pot of plastic philodendrons. Why, it just grew my love of all things botanical.
Why did you move to Devil's Rock?
I came over with the Bellemores, didn't I? Got myself a little cottage on the edge of the estate near the mausoleum. Bugger if I can get to it now, though. Shame, too.
Why's that? Do you miss home?
Oh, I think I left the gas on. Wouldn't want an accident now, would I? Could be the death of me.
What are you working on at the moment?
I suppose I ought to be pushing up daisies. But death isn't going to stop these green fingers. So I'm getting right back into it where I left off, tending to these plants. It's not quite the same as it used to be, I must admit.
How so?
I suppose, being dead now, they've lost some of their allure. It used to be that one prick of the finger, one wipe of the nose, one accidental inhalation of a seed, and that would be the end of it. Things just aren't as exciting anymore.
Will you be attending the wedding?
Me? Get an invitation? I'm not sure overalls would meet the dress code. But it's a good thing, too. I wouldn't trust that Rackham with a hosepipe on a hot day.
Why not?
Well, it's not like me to tell tales. But it wasn't long before the Bellemore brothers started to disappear that Rackham was in here asking about the poison plants. Very suspicious timing, if you ask me.
You think he murdered them?
I couldn't possibly say.
I think so.
I need a bouquet. Can you help me?
I'm a gardener, not a flower arranger, Murphy.
Is there anything in here I can take without it killing me?
I'm afraid the only non-poisonous plants were those down in Abigail's flower bed. She had her own little area that I used to help her with.
Where's
There's
that?
only that one flower that stayed alive
Oh,
in the
down
whole
here.
conservatory. Funny that.
What's funny about it?
That's the same flower bed Abigail used for her bouquet the night things went awry.
That'll be perfect. Is there a way to get rid of the thorns?
Oh, certainly. A good drenching with alcohol should kill him off.
Who's the statue of?
Oh, him. He's from an old Indian fable the Bellemores used to have read to them as children. It was a gift Cecil Bellemore gave his brothers a couple of years before he disappeared. Quite the conversation piece.
What was the statue's story about?
A young Maharaja prince who sold his kingdom for a single coin, all so he could use it to save the love of his life.
How romantic.
I suppose, if you're into that sort of thing.
Thanks for your time.
Before you go, you wouldn't do me a favor, would you?
What kind of favor?
Well, I was just wondering how that flesh and blood thing is working out for you.
Excuse me?
It's just, and I don't mean to impose, but my eternal frustration is that I have 187 different ways to die in this conservatory, but I was never able to test any of them out. Now that we've all discovered death isn't quite so conclusive.
It's like, are you really
I was
attached
wondering
to
if
being
you'd want to
alive?
help out.
Help out how?
Well, we could test out some of the plants on you.
They'd kill me.
Fingers crossed.
The dainty old man's eyes glowed with unrestrained excitement at the mention of murder. His dottery demeanor offered a complete contrast to his apparently homicidal tendencies. He was like a tortoise holding a machine gun.
Now, don't make such a drama out of it. We could put it in a nice pie, maybe some herbal tea. I know the recipe for a lovely cobbler.
Definitely not. Let's cross that possibility out right now.
I was only asking. Maybe let me know if you change your mind.
All right, well, lots to do and no idea how to do any of it. I'm pretty sure we have to figure out how...
Would you like a rematch of the pistol?
What a boys! Guns on the table.
Well, how do I... Because when I load it, it loads both at the same time. Like, I can't do one and then the other. Like, I could do it out of order.
Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my...
I found Sebastian upstairs in a trunk.
Oh, Lord protect us. The latch must have popped back open.
So?
I best be heading off.
God be with you.
I had nothing else to say to the Colonel.
They're not making it easy for me.
I assessed whether the railing would be safe to climb. With the slippery ironwork and crumbling masonry, the answer was obviously no. But I didn't have the luxury of safety. Here goes nothing.
Oh.
Hauling myself onto the roof from the ornamental railings, I realized there was no easy path to get higher. The roof tiles ranged from loose and dangerous to soggy and dangerous. Either way, I wasn't going to be able to climb them. As I approached the lightning rod, I started to feel the hair on the back of my neck standing up. That was a close one. Fortunately, the lightning bolt had hit the lightning rod instead of me, breaking it from its socket and sending the rod tumbling to the ground below. It looked like someone had already intended to start fixing the roof. I looked inside the toolbox and took the only thing it held, a rusty old pair of pliers.
I wonder if I can use the pliers on the chest.
It was an old pair of pliers, covered in rust but just about usable.
I wonder, can I go over here?
I couldn't see an easy...
There's a telescope in here.
I definitely didn't have the natural balance needed to walk across the cable unaided.
Unaided? I need the parasol. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's not tight enough to walk across, but okay. All right, let's see if we can... Actually, before we do that, let's go back downstairs. How do we get downstairs?
The wire had corroded into the fuse box. I couldn't budge it with my hands.
Oh.
I pulled at the wire with the pliers and managed to dislodge it from the fuse box.
Why, though?
That didn't work.
Why am I doing that? There's candles. I didn't see these candles there.
I took the handful of candles from on top of the fuse box. Knowing the type of animals that lived in the murky water on this island, there was no way I was stepping into the floodwater. I flipped the switch, but nothing happened. It seemed the barrel lift lacked power.
See if she'll give it to me now.
Miss LaRue, would you mind if I borrowed your parasol?
Don't be silly, Murphy. It's a beautiful evening outside.
Didn't you see the lightning?
A parasol's to protect you from the sun, silly. Carry this out in a lightning storm and you might... Actually, go right ahead and take it. You have fun.
The glint in her eye sent a shiver through me.
She wants me to get struck by lightning. She's sadistic. Okay, so... if I use the
There was nothing else in the toolbox. As a child, I'd once watched a traveling circus act calling himself the Great Balancerio amble his way across a high wire with only a parasol to keep him steady. With absolutely zero practice and infinitely more chance of death, it was now my turn to try it. Oh well, here goes.
Am I going to get struck by lightning, though? Or did doing what I did to that cable prevent that.
Whoa!
Oh, so much for the parasol.
That was a close one. While I may have lost the parasol, I did have one thing on balance, Serio. I accomplished my stunt without having to wear a leotard.
I think maybe we were supposed to disconnect that wire to keep from getting struck by lightning. Somehow. All right. What can we look at in here?
The face reminded me of a man I used to buy milk from. From the neck up, he looked like an Italian nobleman. From the neck down, he'd wear denim dungarees and nothing else. It probably wasn't the same guy.
Probably not.
Looking through the telescope, all I could see was a blur. I soon realized why. A telescope without a lens wasn't going to be much use.
Oh, I need a lens. Lame.
The globe looked more decorative than functional, like a chihuahua with a bow tie. As I placed my hands on the trunk, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Spiders. Dozens of them. I may have been battling supernatural forces of evil, but the forces of evil didn't have 8 legs, fangs, and the ability to jump on me. I needed to clear the spider webs away if I was going to get into that trunk.
Feather duster.
Using the feather duster, I began sweeping away the spiders and their webs from a relatively safe distance. Now that it was free of spiders, I opened the trunk.
And?
Searching through the trunk, I found blankets, bedding, tablecloths, and tucked up in the corner,
a
delicate lace veil.
Finally found the first item.
There was nothing else of interest in the trunk. It was an ornate wedding veil made of delicate lace.
This takes me to the bride's corridor? Oh.
I placed the veil on the dresser. There were 4 items left.
Let's talk to the maid again.
Hey, Cordelia.
Oh, hello again, Mr. McCallan.
Where do these doors behind me go?
Oh, you managed to find a way into the cupola? There's not much up there from what I remember. Just old sheets, linens, and lace.
And the door on the right?
That's where the parlor witch lives.
Parlor witch?
Did you say a witch lives in the house?
Oh, yes. Didn't you know? Mr. Rackham isn't the only one said to delve into the supernatural.
I think you're messing
Perhaps
with me.
Poor little Abigail was just an innocent, caught in the middle of Mr. Rackham's and her brother's dark dealings.
Who is she? Is she still there now?
I should think so. The Bellemores brought her to the house not long before they disappeared, though after moving into the house, she was never seen again. No one ever goes in, and no one ever comes out. I don't even think Mrs. Craddock can get in there.
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye, Mr. McCallan.
The door was locked.
What do I do with the candles? Wax.
I didn't think he'd be interested in that. Nope.
Come on.
The pianist wouldn't have been happy with me rifling through his belongings.
Actually, let's talk to him again, see if he has anything new to say.
Good evening, Ezra.
Hello, Murphy.
When you say Southern Belle from Hell, do you mean Tallulah?
Yes.
That's her, the Black Widow of the Bayou.
What's
Black
wrong with her?
Widow.
Well, she has a reputation, doesn't she?
A
I don't know.
reputation for what?
Murder.
Tallulah is a murderess?
Now, don't be getting me caught up in a slander suit, but behind those demure, blush cheeks is the mind of an absolute psychopath. She's been engaged 3 times. Each of her fiancés died in ridiculous circumstances.
Did she murder them for money?
That can't even be the motive. You'd think she'd go ahead and marry them, so all their worldly goods become each other's, right? But her family's already got more money than honeybees got buzz. And she finishes them off before they've even booked a venue. I think she just does it for the thrill.
Someone should really tell her about wing walking.
Wing walking?
I should get going.
See you around, Murphy.
I'll bet maybe I can use the candles in here. Yeah.
I dropped the candles into the empty pot hanging in the fireplace. They soon began to melt and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble.
Goodness gracious! That isn't more satanic sorcery, is it?
I'm
Shakespeare,
sorry, I was
dumbass.
just quoting Macbeth.
Well, don't.
The pot contained melted wax.
So what do I can't take the melted wax. What do I do with the, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
To use the recording machine, I needed a record with a fresh layer of wax.
Oh, I can take the
I
record.
took the record from the recording machine. With its outer coating worn away with age, it wasn't in a state to record onto.
Okay, so maybe go in here.
It was a cylindrical record for making sound recordings, covered in a thin layer of black wax. This one was old, worn, and unusable. Carefully, I dipped the record into the molten candle wax. Once pulled out, the thin layer of wax rapidly cooled, leaving me with a blank, reset record.
Nice.
I placed the freshly reset record back on the recording machine. Excuse me, Ezra, could you play the wedding march?
A request? Sure thing, Murphy.
Thank you very much. I clicked off the machine and picked up the newly recorded record. I placed the record into the phonograph. Still, without a horn, it wasn't going to play.
So I probably need some booze.
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Why, hello.
I heard you've been engaged before, Tallulah?
Only a few times. What can I say? I'm just unlucky when it comes to love.
You're
Who was
just
your
a
first
murderer.
fiancé?
Buford T. Vanderbilt, the Silver Fingers of the Silver Lakes, played the banjo every day except Tuesday, and would serenade me as I stood on the plantation balcony, until he was found with banjo wire around his neck, garroted by his own instrument. Do you know when banjo songs sound their best?
I don't think I do.
When they're over.
Damn.
Who was your second fiancé?
Chuck Charleston III, famed alligator wrestler. That is, until he overdosed on cough medicine an hour before his wrestling show and fell asleep on the riverbank. Ended up as 16 separate pieces inside the gator's belly. That alligator never developed a cough, though.
Who was your third fiancé?
Thaddeus Winthrop Jr., the maestro of Mardi Gras, held the biggest fireworks display this side of Montgomery. But who knows what his suit was washed in, because one stray spark and the man was up in flames like a creme brulee. Talk about going out with a bang. Now I've just got to keep an eye out for who'll be the next object of my affections.
I best be running along.
Ta-ta for now.
It was a devilish carving of a satyr, half man, half goat, holding a shield.
Why am I able to look at these?
Inspired by the pistol duel, a plan began to form in my head. With 2 wooden carvings on either side of the room, I could bore a rough hole in each of them.
Why?
My, look at the carving. All wooden and carved and wooden.
I don't see how...
Yes, these certainly are some of the most carved pieces of wood I've ever had the privilege of seeing. When I was finished, they looked passably like bullet holes.
But what's the point? What's that gonna do? I guess we'll find out.
Would you like a
What a one, boy!
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols. I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod.
Remember, boys, if you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire! Well?
I've been hit. Me too.
Oh, neither of you missed? Well, sorry, boys, but I think that's a draw. What a terrible waste of everybody's time.
What if I don't...
I may have forged some bullet holes, but when the shot ended up inside the duelists' chests, they didn't have much reason to go looking for them.
I see. So...
Would you like a rematch?
What a boy!
I just have to do this.
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols.
No, McCallan, you haven't put in the shot.
The instructions read, powder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire. That would have been better used on the pistols.
How do I... Okay, I had to look it up. There's no way I would have thought of this.
Would you like a rematch?
What a boy!
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols. I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. Stealthily, I took the button magnet from my pocket and affixed it to the end of the ramrod. With its small size, it could barely be spotted. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod. When the ramrod emerged, the magnet I'd attached brought the shot with it. With the prestidigitation of a magician, I dropped it discreetly back into the shot tub. To anyone else, the pistols appeared to be properly loaded.
Remember, boys, if you miss, You're not the man for me. Fire!
I'm not hit. Well, neither am I.
You both missed. Are you sure the pistol's fired?
Look, there's a bullet hole in the carving. And in the carving over there.
So what does that mean? Who lost?
Looks like you both did.
Then who's going to accompany Miss LaRue?
I think the lady's words were, if you miss, you're not the man for me.
But we both missed.
He's right. If you're both losers, I can't take either of you to the wedding. I'm not dating a man that can't shoot straight.
Tallulah, we can talk about this. Give us another chance.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up. Here, Murphy. You can have this. I won't be needing it anymore.
The Bellemore family cordially invites you and one guest to attend the union of Miss Abigail Bellemore and her betrothed to take place on the evening of All Hallows Eve, 1899, at the stately Bellemore Manor on Devil's Rock, Louisiana. Please bring this invitation with you for a spirited evening of dancing and merriment in celebration of the eternal soulmates. Yours sincerely, the Bellemore family.
It was an invitation to the waltz in the Bellemore Manor ballroom. It was an
Cool. So now we can go in here.
Stop right there, young man. Only guests with invitations are allowed to watch the waltz.
Feast your eyes on this, bitch.
You know, it's funny, I completely forgot I had the invitation on me the whole time. It's these vest pockets. They're much bigger than they look. Seriously, you wouldn't believe the number of things I've been carrying around with me tonight.
You
That's-
have an invitation?
That is accurate.
It'd be rude not to show my face.
Are you absolutely sure about that? I'm sure our guests could survive without beholding the sight of your singular visage. You see, as the housekeeper,
Back
it is my
up,
job to ensure that only
bitch.
guests of the highest class are in attendance.
How kind of you to think so highly of me.
Look, just don't try burping the alphabet or announcing when you're going to the lavatory.
Cool. Can I have some cake?
Please keep clear of the dance floor.
What the hell? So I can go on the mezzanine.
Walking around the upstairs mezzanine, I found myself in a small balcony overlooking the dance floor, where a tabletop of placards had been set out. At the side, a board marked dance steps looked like it would hold the placards in a chosen order, directing the dance below. All I had to do was set it up, then ring the bell.
Oh, crap. Not sure why I want to do this. How does this help me get cake?
The dancers moved around the dance floor like clockwork soldiers, directed by the moves on the board, and with their movements, the cart holding the wedding cake could be pushed around too.
I don't like that. That's harder. There we go.
Heading down from the mezzanine, I saw what I was after. The cake cart had been pushed off the dance floor and into reach. If Mrs. Craddock saw me cutting the cake, I was pretty sure I'd end up being the next thing the knife was used on.
Take this chamber pot, bitch. Go clean it.
What do you think of this chamber pot?
Goodness me, that isn't the pot I gave the Colonel, is it?
I think it might be.
Well, take it back to him immediately. He's vomited across the floorboards twice already. Mrs. Timson slipped in it and nearly broke her neck.
What do you think of this feather duster?
Are you volunteering to help clean the house?
Oh, I'm a bit busy.
No,
Of
bitch. I'm trying to get
course
rid of you.
are.
Why was this chamber pot on the sideboard?
I might have had just a few too many drinks before we all disappeared. Now, Mrs. Craddock kindly left that there in case I should feel the need to throw up.
Did you?
Oh, so many times. Now, thankfully, the hangover hasn't lasted 30 years.
I had nothing else to...
I like how I didn't even notice that this is kind of a clue as to what you're supposed to do. I need more of that. I need more clues.
I hooked up the lightning rod wire to the socket, but with the lightning rod broken, I wasn't going to get any power.
Then what?
I unplugged the wire. I hooked up the lightning rod wire to the socket, but with the lightning rod broken, I wasn't going to get any power.
But the lightning rod fell. Maybe I can use the poker as a replacement.
With a spark of inspiration that worried even me, I decided to test whether I could improvise a replacement for the lightning rod, breaking all manner of building codes in the process.
Nice. Okay. Am I supposed to put something on it, or can I get on it?
With a surge of electricity from the lightning strike, the barrel lift came to life, disappearing into the water, then rising up to the hatch above. So this was how they loaded barrels in and out of the cellar. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift.
For what purpose?
I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a halt. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift.
Why? What am I trying to do with it? Oh, man.
Good evening, Mrs.
Oh,
How long have you worked at Bellemore Manor?
I've been here since the final finial finished off the cupola. Before even the Bellemores themselves moved in, I was getting this house ready for them. It is a position I was bred for. I may not have blue blood, but I should think it's at least a shade of plum. I spent 17 years at some of the most prestigious all-girls schools, you see, followed by training in Blenheim Palace for 3 years and subsequent coveted positions with some of the finest families in England.
Well, I'm glad you managed to escape all that and come here.
I can quote you Mrs. Beaton's book of household management in my sleep.
It was an interesting offer, but I couldn't think of any situation where I'd need that, short of terminal insomnia. You must know Bellemore Manor quite well.
Like the back of my hand. Built between 1885 and 1888 in a mixture of antebellum and Victorian styles, and designed by the Bellemore brothers themselves. Until, of course, they disappeared after living here only a year.
Why did they decide to build it on Devil's Rock?
Well, the island is exceptionally well placed for trade between the United States, Europe, and the Caribbean. When the Bellemore brothers were looking to relocate, it was Mr. Rackham who recommended Devil's Rock. It's just a pity about the name.
You speak very highly of Mr. Rackham.
The Bellemore brothers may have had expertise in exploration, innovation, and public relations, but it was Mr. Rackham that pulled those three threads together into the beautiful business tapestry that benefits us all.
Do you know anything about the treasure of Bellemore Manor?
The stuff of whimsy. The Bellemore family had their capital invested in stocks and bonds, not hoarded in a heap like some fairy tale dragon. And don't even think about snooping around the house looking for anything, or I shall have you removed from the premises. If anyone would know of a secret treasure hidden in this house, it would be me.
You need to stop the wedding.
I shall do no such thing. The preparations have begun on the order of Mr. Rackham himself, and I shall see to it personally that his wishes are carried out.
But he wasn't the original groom. He's an imposter.
Another word like that, and I shall have you escorted out of the house.
Good luck trying. I seem to be rather supernaturally stuck here.
Mr. Rackham is a fine man. Motivated, determined, ambitious, rich, and roguishly delectable. Precisely the type of person a well-to-do debutante like Miss Bellemore should be marrying.
Not if she doesn't love him.
Love is not important amongst families of blue blood. What matters is lineage, inheritance, and continuity. That last-minute change of heart she had last time was the best decision she ever made. She'll be far better off with Mr. Rackham than she would be with a sailor.
She sputtered the word with such disgust I half expected her to scrub herself clean afterwards.
I mean, really, what was he going to do for her? Fetch her a fish supper, clear the decks, and sing the sailor's hornpipe? Do you get a funny feeling when your wealth keeps on depleting? You should never marry sailors when your funds run low.
The fuck?
There are some who think Rackham has duplicitous intentions.
The green-eyed monster. Mr. Rackham is exactly what is needed to get this household back on the straight and narrow.
What do you mean?
I don't like to speak ill of the dead.
Especially now that you're one of them?
Indeed. But I'm afraid that the Bellemore brothers were becoming increasingly unusual before their disappearances. Their interests veered away from the economic and turned towards the esoteric. And now look where we are.
You think the Bellemore brothers caused you all to be trapped in the house?
Perhaps not directly, but their decisions certainly led to it. To find out the Bellemore brothers were inviting sinners into this house when I gave this household the best years of my life.
And the best years of your afterlife now.
I am a servant to serving, but even I have limits.
When you talk about sinners in the house, do you mean the parlor witch?
Don't even mention her. Why the Bellemores thought to bring her into this house is beyond me. Oh, thank goodness we have Father Foskett trapped with us to keep this house holy.
Where is the parlor witch?
Now don't go seeking her out. You'll only regret it. We barely ever see her, but she's up there in one of the locked rooms, tainting the entire household. I found some of her black candles one day, you know. Who knows what she did with them? Voodoo spells and magic rituals. I confiscated them and put them on top of the fuse box in the cellar.
That was a clue for where to find those,
they
but
can do some good for a change.
I already found them.
I've heard Rackham deals in the occult as well.
What poppycock! Mr. Rackham is a good, honest, hard-working man. The cure for the ailments of this house. The witch is why we are cursed to remain here. And it is why a good, honest marriage between Mr. Rackham and Miss Bellemore will finally allow us to move on. Just as I wish to do with this entire subject of conversation.
How do I get rid of her?
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye.
Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my child.
I've heard there's a witch in the house.
I'm afraid you've heard correctly. A terrible lapse in judgment on the part of the Bellemore brothers, I'm afraid. And now look at what's happened.
Who is she?
I don't rightly know, but she must have something to do with this evil state we find ourselves in.
I went to the parlor witch once. Asked her to get in touch with an old college friend of mine, Chucklin' Chuck Monroe.
Playing at witchcraft? Why am I not surprised?
Did it work?
We tried using a spirit board to reach him, but all that came out was unreadable conglomerations of letters. Absolute nonsense.
So she couldn't really contact the dead?
Oh, she might have made contact with him just fine. Chucklin' Chuck was severely dyslexic, so there's really no way to tell.
I best be heading off.
God be with you.
Dang it, I'm not getting any useful information.
I had nothing else to say.
You gotta be kidding. Some of the... Okay, I'm gonna say this about this game. Some of the solutions to the puzzles are kind of ridiculous. And I can't believe anybody ever figured it out. So I had to look this up. I have to cut the cake when she's closing her eyes. Which, you know, you can't see. I'll move the camera. How was I supposed to think of that? Like, logically, as someone who plays these kind of games, the idea would be to either distract her or get rid of her. But they're just like, no, you just have to watch her, and when she closes her eyes, you can cut the cake. I think that was kind of dumb.
While Mrs. Craddock rubbed her temples, I had a moment of opportunity. I knew I wasn't supposed to cut the cake if I wasn't the groom, but these were unusual circumstances.
Did you just touch the wedding cake?
No, fuck off.
Certainly not. I was just admiring it.
I should hope so. If I catch you with so much as a crumb on your fingers, you will be in serious trouble.
What are you gonna do? The cake looks terrible. All right, now what?
Now wasn't the time for a nap. Now wasn't the time for a nap. With extraordinary fortune, the porcelain chamber pot fitted neatly into the decorative ironwork of the barrel lift. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again. Held by the barrel lift, the chamber pot plunged beneath the surface, scooping up the murky floodwater, then carrying it to the ground level hatch above.
How random.
With time, the jury-rigged machine began bailing the cellar like a sailor trying to save a sinking dinghy. Now that I had my contraption working, I thought I'd leave the barrel lift running, just in case the cellar started to flood again.
Okay.
There was nothing large that I needed to move. I turned the spigot and rum began to pour out. If I wanted some, I needed something to carry it in.
Well, I still have the bottle.
With the bottle positioned beneath it, I turned the spigot. The grotesque face began spewing out rum like it was 2 a.m. on Bourbon Street. The wine ran.
Always forget to do that. All right, so give him the rum.
Can I top you off, Colonel?
Oh, excellent. What do you have there?
Bellemore rum, aged 33 years.
Wonderful. Fill her up. I much prefer rum to that hoity-toity champagne they serve. Rum is a man's drink. I'll save this for the toast later.
Do you think that's a good idea, Colonel?
I certainly do. You know, Fosca, I've had about enough of your sanctimonious prattling. I try to sit here and enjoy myself, and all I hear is the droning of a long-winded clergyman.
I'm not droning. You just don't like to face the truth. My sanctimonious prattling, as you so ungratefully call it, is all that stands between your unrighteous life and a subsequent consignment to the fiery gates.
You know, that must be it. It's a revelation, an epiphany. All these years I've been thinking I've been in limbo, wondering why I haven't moved on to the pearly gates or the raging fires, and now I've realized.
What have you realized?
I must be in hell right now, and listening to you is my torture. Well, that's it. I can't bear any more. There! Now I can't hear a word you say.
Infantile.
Well, I should certainly hope she does.
I had nothing else to say.
Wait, I didn't put the cake on the dresser?
With a bit of improvisation, I have fixed the ear trumpet to the phonograph in place of the broken horn. Now I just needed the remaining wedding items before I started it up. There was nothing I could do with the table. I placed the wedding cake on the dresser. There were 2 items left.
Alright, so you need the flowers and the ring. I have no idea about the flowers, but I need the Sebastian to tell me how to get through the thing.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You seek, I'll hide.
You're on. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Found you.
Goody for you.
You didn't even make it hard. Maybe I should hide next time.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for...
Lil Sebastian.
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippi.
1, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come.
Okay, so now we know to look here.
I wonder who's behind this curtain.
What? How'd you find me?
Maybe you're not the best at this after all.
You cheated. You tied that string to me.
Don't be a sore loser. You never specified in the rules that it wasn't allowed. Now about that route through the staircase room.
Grown-ups are tricky. Here, this'll tell you how to do it. Cheetah, cheetah, pumpkin eater.
Never heard that before.
I almost felt bad. Almost.
He's a punk.
Because when I looked at the document, I was sure I'd been swindled. What I'd been given wasn't a blueprint of the house, but a wedding schedule scribbled on in colored crayon.
Great, he couldn't have just told me what to do. I don't get it.
It was a wedding schedule for this evening, but the printed times had been replaced with new times drawn in colorful crayon.
Oh, I get it. I think. 7, 3, 11, 9, 4, 8. 7, 3, 11. I messed up. Forgot how to read a clock for a second. I messed up. Shit. How do I reset? Doesn't matter if you go backwards or forwards, it just takes you the same place.
I needed alcohol to kill the thorns in the conservatory. I refilled the bottle, but as the rum neared its neck, the flow turned to dribbles. That must have been the last of it. The wine racks were large.
Shut up.
I emptied the rum onto the thorns and waited.
Okay, that worked.
There was only one rose left. I needed to be more delicate than ripping it out of the flower bed. Delicately, I cut the stem and picked up the last rose in the house. I placed the rose in the vase. There was just one item left.
Okay, don't know what I'm doing wrong with this thing. Oh my god, that's so crazy. So basically, the orientation of these stairs matters. It changes the orientation of the clock. That's crazy. Okay, so these are facing this way, right? So that makes 12 over here. So this is 3. Try that. Okay, so now we're this way, so this is 12, and it's 11, so this one. And then what's next? Then 9, 4, 8. So this is 12, which makes this 9, I think. And now we're upside down. Oh, I missed it. This is and then 8 is going to be normal.
My head still spinning, I passed through the final door of the staircase room with the realization that I'd followed the final steps of a dead man.
Okay.
I'd never been in love, yet seeing the drastic measures the sailor had resorted to, I felt his pain all too viscerally. The happiest day of his life became the day his true love rejected him. It must have broken him.
Here's the ring.
The sailor's skeleton still clasped his wedding ring for Abigail. With some unease, I took the ring, promising the skeleton I'd return it to the woman who loved him. It was the wedding band I'd taken from the hanged skeleton of the sailor, the ring he never got to give to his bride. I placed the ring on the dresser. The 5 wedding items were ready. It was time to start up the phonograph.
So play the music. Okay.
Abigail, if you can hear me, try to come back to your final happy moment. I began to feel a change in the room. The air not quite so still, the shadows not quite so dark, and the bride not quite so distant. I just hoped I'd made a wise decision.
You cannot be allowed to do this. I will stop you. At any cost, I will stop you. I'm free. You came back.
Please don't try to kill me a third time.
Don't worry, Murphy McCallan. I'm not here to do that.
I think I might have caused all of this, but I can explain everything.
I'm afraid to say I think you might be right, but at least there's a chance we can do something to fix it. If only... Oh no. He's coming.
Who's coming?
Rackham, you need to hide. If we're going to fix this, he can't know where you are.
Hide where?
Out on the balcony.
Abigail, where
He's
is
rather
he?
sinister looking.
Where is who?
Don't play dumb with me, little girl. I know about your little game on the riverboat. I know that you've brought that mortal into the house. Where is he?
You know, I haven't seen him.
I know you're lying to me, Abigail, but it makes no matter. There's nothing any mortal can do to stop my plans. The wedding will take place tonight, and this time, you're going to say I do.
I'll never marry you, Rackham.
I'm afraid you won't have a choice.
I've broken free of your spell before. I can do it again.
I'm not so sure that's true. The love spell will take hold again, and every minute you spend broken out of it drains you more and more from ever breaking out of it again. Soon the spell will take hold of you forever, and then you will marry me. The Bellemore treasure will be mine.
No.
You had your chance, Abigail. You chose that nightmare, and after tonight, you'll never be able to leave it again.
Ooh. That's crazy looking. I like it. Oh, am I supposed to do something? Look at the pictures. That's awesome.
What a creep.
Yeah.
Abigail, is it safe?
Of course not, but we don't have the luxury of waiting. Come with me, Murphy. I have a plan, and there are some things you really need to know.
Okay, that is going to be it for part 2 of Foolish Mortals. I like that section. However, some of the puzzles are a little bit abstract. I mean, not by a lot, by just enough to be very hard to figure out, just because there are some things you do like, why would I think of that? But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too dumb to figure them out. I feel like there should always be some kind of at least subtle hint, like the thing with what's her name closing her eyes to cut the cake. She should have at least mentioned something about having a headache. I don't know, maybe she did and I just missed it. So I'm going to have to be a little more astute and be a little more attentive to things. But I don't know that there was really any clue as far as like tying the string to Sebastian. I think you just had to be smart enough to think like, oh, I can tie a string to him. But me, I would think like, why would that work? Why would he not notice that you've tied a string to him? But whatever. Anyway, I still think this is a really kind of cool game. I think they did a really good job so far. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you back here for part 3. Bye.